Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 9:14 a.m. Eastern Time on June 28th on Tuesday, Ethereum currently at $1,222, up about 2.63% so far. Respect over crypto market and the equity market on this Tuesday morning so far is kind of a mixed bag collectively. Not really up or down, but across the futures perspective, Dow Jones, S&P, and Nasdaq all, I would say 2 out of 3 are in the greens, just up about 0.5%, or down 0.5%. So again, right, relatively mixed bag, nothing really specific. But on the media affectation front, there is some news from well-known figures like Cathie Woods, and also with respect to someone from Morgan Stanley, which is an economist, depicting that the recession is already here, which I think technically I do agree with the downturn that we've been experiencing so far, but obviously the biggest wealth transfer is happening during the recessionary time period. So investing logically and holding for a long term as we rebound, just know the fact that with respect to the market cycle, it will normalize from there. Will allow you to get the so-called paper loss that you're currently experiencing right now or in pain right now to be recuperated back up going forward, right? So looking at the calendar as well, I see that there's a couple of catalysts that's coming. Obviously, with respect to today's the 28th of June, so technically we have about 2 days away from the shift to July. July 1st is on Friday, and then subsequently we have a holiday coming. July 4th is the Independence Day in U.S., so we technically will have a relatively longer weekend than usual for this week. Okay. But after that, as we have that transition onto July, typically the first day of the month drives some buying pressure. But this month, because of the fact that the first day of the month of July lies on a Friday, so it might be kind of a mix, kind of wash type of day, because people typically will, sell on the profit or whatever that they have, before they head on to the weekend because of the weekend affectation. Um, but we'll see, right? Because the first day of the month typically have some level of buying pressure that increases. The volume typically increases because of institutional buying activities, subsequently retail investors chasing in. That's something to think about. And then after we get over that hurdle, that volatility potentially, we'll have to see, that we are going to be expecting another volatility coming, which is the CPI report, which is expected to debut on July 13th at 8:30 a.m. on the Eastern Time, which will talk about the reference month of obviously this month that we're in right now. And then after that, we have another week or so until the next FOMC meeting, which we'll hear from Jerome Powell on, you could see specifically 26 and 27 in July, and then the Feds will probably have a day off, a month off or something, all the way until September, right? So this month is a little bit more, second half in terms of volatility that will be adjusted into the market. So because of the fact that we technically have about like 15 days away from the next one, seems seeing some like normal course of buying pressure at the respective resistance and support levels will not be a surprise, right? So let's just dive straight into the technicals to see where those levels are. So respective recording time of 9:18 a.m. on the Eastern Time. Right now we are at 12:25, right? So you can see that we are just at the around the resistance level or the support level that we were at prior. You can see that we try to recuperate back up, still being blocked at around the 40 out of 70. At the same time, you can see that MACD line is already crossed up, so it's gonna look for some sort of an apex. And right now, the next stretch up is gonna be 1350, which I I don't think will have a likelihood or a good level of certainty that will actually go up to the next level I think the level coming down to somewhere around like 1150, all the way back down to 1050, and then subsequently break it back down, following the trend line that we're still in, right? The downturn macro trend of red line that we're seeing, it's more likely. So again, negative on this one on the chart. I would say neutral on the RSI, negative on the MACD front. Okay. Up until obviously the next couple catalysts would be the transition to July and then the CPI and the FOMC meeting, right? Bitcoin's at 20,000, like 21 basically. Right now it's similar fashion, right? We are getting blocked at 35 out of 70. Right now it needs to form some sort of apex, which as we reach that apex, ideally the highest you could get to is 22,500, and that's about it, and then give back down from here, right? And then for classic flat as well, I would say similar fashion. We're getting blocked as well at 45, 44, right? Same thing, MACD's curving down, so the level up will be trying to get up to 21, but it's unlikely because you do have these many staircases to go up to, but likelihood of going down back to like 1350 is more likely. Dogecoin down about 0.5%. Same thing, right? You could see that we are already pretty high up at 51 out of 70. We ride up all the escalators because of some micro affectation specifically driven towards Dogecoin. I would say it's the Elon Musk tweets that has drive some stir. But the likelihood of actually going back down because of the apex equivalent form is more likely. So coming down to somewhere around like 6 cents all the way to 5 cents will be more likely. Respect to Cardano at 50 cents right now, up 1.13% at 49. So right now we are getting blocked at somewhere around like 46 out of 70. So ideally coming back down to like 45 will be more likely than going back up. So right now we need to form some sort of apex. So I think right now going up to the highest level that you could potentially get to will be 53 from here. Solana at 39 right now. So you could see that clearly we are back down to the resistance level of basically where we're at right now. We formed an apex already, so the peak was basically at 43 that that we got to for like a brief second, but now it's curving down, so it's quite stale, quite bearish on this one as well. XRP flat, right? Same thing, right? Curving down, curving down, curving down. So coming back down to around like 30 or 25, like flat numbers more likely. Polkadot $8, up 0.75% so far. Right? So I think right now it's same thing, right? You need to curve down and curve up, so coming down to like the $7 more likely. Algorand up 1.4% at 33 cents at the moment, so coming down is more likely based on the current setup. It's very similar across the whole market. Shiba Inu is going to be in for a relatively disgusting sell-off coming. So you can see that clearly we have formed an apex. We are dipping down right now. We form a W, so selling back all the way down is very likely. Polygon up 5% so far. Similar fashion, you can see that we try to go back up right now, but this is not sustainable. And as we get to another resistance level, unless we can really completely break this through all the way up to the next level, I think the likelihood will be relatively slim. So right now it's at the 52 out of 70. So as we get blocked at around 57, as you get blocked around 63, you got to be in for a mega death cross coming. And then lastly for AVAX, up 4% at $20 at the moment. So right now, same thing. Peak of the apex will get blocked at 50 out of 70. So as you're not even there yet, right? You need to kind of go up all the way to the next level of 2450 before you even have a shot of actually form a cup and handle, but you cannot, right? So it's quite stale. So negative, quite stale. So across the board is negative. Okay, so that's it for the updates for today so far. We have like our marching order with respect to the dates that we need to expect going forward, right? Firstly, is with respect to the July 4th holiday coming. So the end of this week on Friday is the first day of July. And then we're going to be heading on to a long weekend in the US, obviously. And then subsequently, with respect to the 13th and 14th, which is the CPI report that will be getting some catalyst around. And then it's more the later half, right, with respect to the FOMC meeting, which will be layering around like the second, like a week before the last week of July, right? So appreciate you. Have a good rest of the day, and I'll check you on the next one. Take care.